Hey guys, what's up? So I'm back again with another Subaru video. Today we are looking specifically at the Subaru Ascent. This is in the premium trim level, and specifically this is the package 12. So what you get with the package 12 for the premium trim is keyless access. So that's the key fob here that allows you to lock the car with the button right here, or it's really not even a button, but the sensor right here. And there's also a proximity sensor on the inside of the handle that'll allow you to unlock the car. So that's all while having the keys in your pocket. It also comes with the power rear gate, which can be activated with the button on the controller. And you can also close that, the same button. You click and hold the hatch button here. It also comes with an auto dimming mirror, which can be activated with this button right here, a compass, and the homelink button, so you can set up your garage door openers right here. Part of what you get with keyless access is your push button start. And lastly, for the package 12, you get reverse automatic braking, so that way whenever you are parking out of your driveway or say a parking spot at the grocery store, if you don't quite see somebody in the cross traffic in time, it will automatically apply those brakes for you. And there are two other premium sub trim levels, which is the premium 11, which won't get any of the options that I just mentioned. You will still have heated cloth seats, but you won't have keyless access. You won't have the reverse automatic braking. You won't have the mirror with compass and homelink, and you won't have the power rear gate or the push button start. If you go with a package 14 in the premium trim, you get all of those features plus the navigation and the panoramic moonroof and also the 20-inch wheels. So you get the larger wheels on the car with the premium package 14. So this car has the exact same engine. It's a 2.4 liter turbo engine that is in all the other Ascents. So you can get a base model or you can get the higher trim package such as a limited or a touring. It'll still have the same engine. This one has the blind spot monitoring. So this has the blind spot monitoring in the inside of the mirror caps. So that lights up orange on the left and the right mirror whenever you have somebody in your blind spot. Upon entering the car, you have your seat controls here. You can move your seat forward, back, up, or down on the seat base. This right here controls the seat back, so it'll move that angle for you. So over here to the left, you've got your basic controls. This controls your left mirror and your right mirror to change the angle of those. You have your lock and unlock button, your front automatic windows, your rear power windows, and the lock button for your rear windows, so that way dogs and children won't be fooling with the windows in the back. Down here you have your power rear gate. You also have a memory option for your power rear gate, so you can actually save the settings to only allow the gate to open up to a certain height. And if you want to check that out, I made a video. You can click on the YouTube card up here to the top right that will show you how to do that. It's on a Subaru Forester, but it's the exact same buttons and controls to set that up. This button right here is unique to the Ascent because it has the third row seating. So this allows you to turn your second and third row lights on. So you click that and that will turn on or off the rear dome lights. This right here just controls the dash brightness and your LCD brightness over here. Can't really see right now, but during nighttime you'll be able to see that really well. This is your traction control button, and this right here is the blind spot monitoring, the same button that controls and turns on and off the blind spot monitoring here for you in your mirror caps. Down here you have a trip reset button, so you can actually click that and it'll toggle between trip A and trip B. We'll go ahead and clear that out. You just click and hold it. So click and hold it and it'll set it back to 0. Your left stalk and your right stalk are pretty much general across the board for most other vehicles. You have your blinkers and your light controls here. Brights are push forward. Over here you have your windshield wipers. So you've got click up once and that turns them on, click down and that toggles your speed. This allows you, if you twist this, it allows you to change the frequency of the speed, whatever setting you're on. If you twist and hold this, it turns on the rear window wiper and the window wiper fluid. And starting with your steering wheel on the left side, the left arrow and the right arrow, that toggles between the different channels on your radio. If you select source, that will toggle between the different FM, AM, or Sirius satellite radio. This is your voice command button. So if your phone's connected through Bluetooth, you can actually use voice command to make phone calls. Here's your volume controls. This is your answer and hang up button. So whenever you are receiving phone calls. This down here actually controls the menu options up here. So these are just triggers that you pull up or down arrow, and it'll allow you to go through different settings. If you get to this screen, you can pull and hold the I/set. So you pull and hold, and that will actually bring you into a menu option where you can go through and you can set up different settings. And if you ever set any of these settings and think you've messed something up, just go over here to the menu option 8. You click once, and that'll bring you to where you can reset this. So you just click yes, and it'll reset all your settings back to the factory default settings. And then to get out, you just scroll down to where it says go back, and you click I/set, and it takes you back out of this. On the right hand side of your steering wheel, this is where you have your adaptive cruise control. So all new Subarus, with the exception of the manual transmission ones like the BRZ and the WRX, these will have the adaptive cruise. And so on the right side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control button right here where you can turn it on or off. And if you want to set your cruise control, you look on the screen there, you can actually set it by clicking down. That icon will change from white to green. And so if you set your speed at 60 miles an hour and the car in front of you starts slowing down to 50, your car will automatically adjust speed accordingly. So that way you don't have to continuously tap on your brake or turn the cruise control off. And to adjust the distance between the front of your car and the lead vehicle in front of you when your cruise control is active is with these up arrows and down arrows. So this is closer up, but if you want it to adjust and be further away, you just click it all the way up. This right here is your lane keep assist. So whenever you click that, you'll see the white icon. That will light up green whenever those eyesight cameras on the left and the right detect the lines on the left and the right side of the road. It'll use the power steering to gently guide you back and forth, keeping you centered in your lane. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video of how this works, you can click on the YouTube card above, and that will show you how it works on another Subaru model, but it's the same exact buttons. Up here, you have the info button that can change the different information up in the center display. And this right here is your hazards. You have your infotainment, which is a touchscreen display. You got your home button there to bring you back to the home screen. If you want to connect your phone through Bluetooth, you would just click on the phone icon. It'll take you to this screen, and you would go to the settings in your phone to actually set that up. If you guys want to see a video on that, then let me know down in the comment section below. It only takes like 5 minutes to do that. You have your CD player, which you don't see often in new cars, but this does still have a CD player. You have your radio button if you want to use the analog controls, phone, apps, so you can connect to Pandora, your My Subaru app for your Starlink. You also have CarPlay for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so you can connect your phone through the USB cable, which the inputs are right here. You have 2 USB inputs. That will allow you to mirror your navigation and GPS up on the screen. Since this car is not already equipped with navigation, you can actually do it through your phone. So it'll display your Google Maps on the screen. You have your volume controls, channel changer or tune control. You have your climate control right here. So you can control both, or you can control just one. So it is dual climate. You have the on-off button. This is the fan speed. This is the rear control for your passengers. So you can actually click that, and that will allow you to adjust your fan speed for the rear vents. If you want to lock this to where the passengers cannot adjust the rear controls, which are located right here. So if you want to block it where they're not able to adjust this right here, you just simply click and hold, and you'll see the little lock icon. So that will lock the rear where your passengers can't adjust that. And you click and hold it to unlock it. And then here's the on and off button for the rear vents. You have your heated seat controls right here. There are 3 different settings. And these are just your regular vent controls. You have your front defrost. You have your rear window and side mirror defrost and your AC button. And then you have your front passenger heated seats here as well. Down here, you have your X mode. So if you click that, you'll hear it beep and light up on the dash. So X mode allows you up to, I believe it's about 12 miles an hour to use it in situations like in snow or rain or mud. If you're in a slippery situation, going at low speeds, you're stuck on a hill or in a ditch, your all-wheel drive system, one wheel may start slipping, and unless your X mode is turned on, it's going to allow that wheel to keep slipping. What X mode will do is it will allow the wheel that's slipping to stop, and then it'll send power to the other 3 wheels to gain traction for the entire vehicle. So that is X mode. You have AVH, which when you click, it'll light up green over here. And what that does is when you come to a stoplight, or say you're in a drive-through or waiting to pick up kids after school, if you're in a line, whenever you have AVH turned on, there will be this little green circle icon that will light up down below that whenever you're at a complete stop. So it'll be this icon, but lit up in green up on the dash, and you can take your foot off the brake and it'll actually hold the vehicle for you. So it's called auto vehicle hold. It holds it in place for you, so you don't have to have your foot cramping up holding the brake for an extended period of time. And whenever you want to continue going, all you do is you give it gas and take off. And right down here in your center console, you have the electronic parking brake. You pull it up, it'll light up red, and it'll light up red on the dash to tell you that your parking brake is engaged. To disengage, you put your foot on the brake and you push down. You'll feel the brake move, or the brake pedal move. That'll turn off, and then it'll turn off on the dash to let you know that your parking brake is no longer applied. On your shift knob, it's standard. You have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. To go into manual mode, if you click it over to the left, you can use these paddle shifters up or down. Now, a lot of people ask, why would you need manual mode for an SUV? And it's not because you're using this as a sports car, although I guess you could try. It does have a turbo engine, but this is primarily so that way you can put it in a higher or a lower gear with just the paddle shifters. So you can keep both hands on the wheel if you're going up or down a hill and you want to be able to adjust your throttle response, whether it's in a higher or a lower gear. Up here, you have your dome lights. It's one click to turn them on. You have your, this is your lane departure warning. So it's different from lane keep assist. This is lane keep assist right here. That will actually use the power steering to keep you centered in the lane. This just alerts you if you're going outside of your lane. So both these buttons right here do require you to click and hold them to turn them on and off. So you click and hold. You hear a beep, and up on the dash you'll see that icon that shows that it's been turned off. So you may want to turn these off like when you go through an automatic car wash or something like that. So this right here is your pre-collision warning. You can turn that on and off by clicking and holding, and that uses the eyesight cameras up here on the left and the right to detect cars in front of you and alert you when you are getting close to somebody, and even automatically apply brakes in those near instances where you may get close to a collision. You have your dome light switch. So this is going to turn your lights on whether the door is open or closed. So I've got it right now on the off position. Your SOS and your I button. This is your Subaru Starlink. So if you ever need roadside assistance, you can click these buttons and it will call out to a Starlink rep who'll be on the speakers of the car. They'll help locate your vehicle if you need tire change, run out of gas, or if you're in a collision. If the airbags are deployed, it'll automatically call out, and if you don't respond, they'll send first responders out. And this is your sunglass holder and the mirror to be able to see children in the back. So all of your Subaru premium trim levels, not just the Ascent, but also the Outback, Crosstrek, and Forester, the premium trim comes standard with all-weather floor liners and heated seats, so it's an all-weather package. You also get the carpeted mats too, so you have that. This one has the cargo cover as well that hooks into place up here, and when your third row is not up, can go to the back right here. One of the biggest benefits for the Subaru Ascent and what attracts a lot of people to it is the option for third row seating. So you can pull this up to actually pull up your third row, so both of them. This right here you pull and it actually adjusts the seat back so you can recline it. And these headrests go up quite a bit. So depending on how tall you are, I'm only 5'6", you could fit comfortably as an adult back here. The Ascent comes in a 7 and an 8 passenger. This one in particular is the 7 passenger with the second row captain seating, which a lot of people like because it is much easier to get in through here than it is with the second row bench seating. You do have the charging ports for passengers in the back. Everybody's got to keep their cell phone charged, so you've got the USB ports right here and cup holders. And we've already touched on it briefly, but this one does have the rear climate control, so your passengers can control this from the rear as long as you don't have it locked up front. You can also get what's called rear seat back protectors. This is an accessory, so if it doesn't already come on your Subaru, you can get it on any of them. And it's a Velcro all-weather material that goes on the back of the seats for the third row in the Ascent, or even the second row if you're looking at other models. And so that allows you to keep the carpeted material clean. And when you want to clean off dirt and debris off this, you just take them out, pull them off the back, wash them off, let them dry out, and put them back in. So you can open and close your hatch with the key fob, which I've already shown you, but you can also do it right here by clicking this button to close it, or you can click this button and it will close the hatch and lock all doors. Now the front door is open right now, so it's just beeping at me. So we're just gonna do this and it'll close the hatch. So this should give you a lot of information to get you started with your new Subaru Ascent. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, leave comments down below. I'll be happy to answer you directly in the comments below, or even make a dedicated video to answer any of the questions you have in further detail. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to smash the like button, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I make new videos pretty much every week, sometimes more than one a week. So if you like Subaru related content, then definitely click that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.